You swallow a cold pill. You just want the headache to stop, the endless sneezing to end. Your phone vibrates, work notifications keep bleeding through the screen. Modern life taught you a dangerous lie. Your body is just a machine. Sickness is a simple system error. Throw a chemical at it, force it to reboot, force it back to work. But that pill cannot cure one very specific thing: the crushing weight of an empty room. Have you ever laid there in the quiet, completely isolated, and silently blamed yourself? A quiet, heavy thought washes over you. Why do I only have a mild cold, plenty of medicine, and a warm bed, yet I feel as miserable, weak, pathetic, and useless as someone about to die? How did your ancestors survive disease before pharmacies existed? That pathetic, needy feeling crushing your chest is not psychological weakness. It is a terrifyingly perfect 300,000-year-old instinct, a biological protocol called sickness behavior. The pill you just swallowed only fixes the hardware. It kills the virus, but it cannot shut off the blazing fire alarm inside your nervous system, an alarm that triggers the exact moment your brain realizes you are completely alone. So what exactly is your immune system waiting for before it allows you to heal? In 1938, paleoanthropologist Erik Trinkaus examined the remains of a Neanderthal known as Shanidar 1. The bones revealed a brutal existence: partially blind, a crushed and amputated right arm, a crippled leg. By every brutal metric of natural selection, Shanidar 1 was dead weight, an easy meal for a predator. Yet his skeleton told an impossible, staggering story. He lived for nearly 50 years. In an era where a simple infected scratch routinely killed perfectly healthy hunters before their 30th birthday, this shattered, one-armed man outlived them all. How does a defenseless primate survive the harshest environment in human history? The answer is not biological toughness. The absolute opposite is true. The answer is biological surrender. To understand this, you have to look under the hood of your own physiology. When a virus invades, your immune system does not just deploy troops, it broadcasts an SOS. Your white blood cells immediately release specialized signaling proteins called cytokines. Think of cytokines as chemical messengers carrying emergency launch codes. For decades, modern medicine believed these proteins only managed physical warfare. They raise your poor temperature, they cause the muscle aches, they force the fever. But that is not the real reason your body produces them. Their ultimate target is not your physical hardware, it is your psychological software. Cytokines actively cross the blood-brain barrier. They infiltrate your emotional architecture. They systematically manufacture that intense, unbearable feeling of loneliness and vulnerability you experience when you are sick. They literally engineer you to feel pathetic. Why would evolution intentionally destroy your mood? Because 300,000 years ago, getting sick and isolating yourself carried a 100% mortality rate. The ancient wilderness does not forgive a fever. Your biology knows this, so the cytokine mechanism hijacks your psychology. It strips away your modern independence. It forces you to emit a desperate distress frequency. That sudden urge to cry, that heavy, humiliating self-pity, is a flawless algorithm. It is designed to force you to drag your shivering body back to the campfire. It makes you beg for the tribe's attention. Shanidar 1 did not survive for decades because of advanced prehistoric surgery. He survived because his biology activated the ultimate defense protocol, the tribal shield. He was broken, but he was held. The oldest, most powerful medicine on this planet is not a root, it is not an herb. It is the physical, breathing presence of another human being. The modern world hates biological surrender. Productivity culture engineered a ruthless new narrative: the body as a machine. We treat our physical forms like faulty engines on an assembly line. When you get sick, society isolates you in a quiet, lonely apartment. It hands you a blister pack of synthetic chemicals. It demands you swallow them, quickly reboot your system, and return to your inbox. It completely eradicated the ancient, mandatory ritual of tribal care. Your environment evolved, your anatomy did not. You are recovering in a 21st century zip code, but your nervous system is still trapped in the Pleistocene. So what exactly happens when a prehistoric survival algorithm collides with the modern concept of self-reliance? You possess the immune system of a pack animal, yet you force yourself to heal inside a sterile prison cell called independence. When you lie in that quiet bedroom, staring at the ceiling, Your conscious mind thinks you are resting, but your subconscious is running a frantic security sweep. Your amygdala, the primitive radar system buried deep inside your brain, is desperately scanning the environment. It is listening for the crackle of a shared campfire. It is searching for familiar faces. It is waiting for the physical touch of the tribe. It finds absolutely nothing, just dead silence. The very environment you designed for peaceful recovery is the exact trigger that makes physical healing nearly impossible. To your ancient nervous system, isolation during sickness equals one undeniable outcome: imminent death. Without the physical presence of the pack, a weakened primate is a dead primate. Your brain instantly panics. It flips the switch on your fight or flight protocol. Your adrenal axis takes over, dumping massive waves of cortisol directly into your bloodstream. Cortisol is a high-octane stress hormone. It is designed to pump oxygen to your muscles so you can sprint away from a predator. It was never designed to help you fight a microscopic infection. And this is where the biological mismatch becomes actively destructive. Cortisol is a powerful immunosuppressant. When it floods your system, it actively shuts down the production of your white blood cells. It deliberately turns off your body's cellular defense network to conserve energy for running away. You are swallowing expensive antibiotics to kill the virus, but your brain is quietly injecting you with a chemical cocktail of panic. You are actively sabotaging your own recovery because you feel socially unsafe. Your hardware is trying to fight the fever, but your software is fighting the isolation. Because to your nervous system, the virus is not the actual danger. The empty room is. In the field of psychoneuroimmunology, researchers Robert Dantzer and Janice Kiecolt-Glaser proved something staggering. Physical wounds in socially isolated individuals take twice as long to heal, exactly double the time. Cellular regeneration is not just an automatic biological response. The speed of your physical recovery is directly controlled by safety signals from your external environment. So, how do you trick an ancient nervous system into believing the tribe is standing guard? Protocol 1, the mammalian safety signal. Stop forcing your own independence. Stop texting. Texting is just cold pixels on a glass screen. Your primitive brain cannot read it. You need physical, biological evidence of life. Ask a friend to drop off some soup. Initiate a simple 5-minute voice call. Pull your dog or cat into the bed. Here is the exact mechanism. Vocal frequencies and physical touch immediately release a massive amount of oxytocin. That chemical acts like a physical hand inside your brain. It reaches down and literally strokes your amygdala into submission. It forcefully activates your vagus nerve. The biological panic axis shuts off. Your entire physiology shifts into the ultimate rest and digest mode. Healing can finally begin. But that physical signal is completely useless if your conscious mind keeps running the same toxic software. Protocol 2, the biological labor reframe. The modern guilt of lying in bed is actively keeping you sick. The exact moment you stress about an unanswered email, you restart the cortisol pump. You have to aggressively reframe the event. When you are lying on that mattress, you are not resting. You are not useless. You are conducting a vicious, highly coordinated cellular war. This is a mechanism called cognitive reappraisal. By consciously labeling your sickness as active biological labor, your prefrontal cortex overrides the guilt. It sends a direct command to shut down the stress response. The cortisol flood abruptly stops. Without cortisol blocking the pathways, your white blood cells can finally consume your maximum energy reserves. They mobilize, they hunt, they eradicate the virus. You are not a broken machine. You are a biological weapon currently reloading. Your body is not failing you. You are the heir to a brilliant survival legacy. Modern pharmacology is an absolute miracle, but do not turn yourself into a lonely biological machine. You do not just need a pill to kill a virus. You need a tribe to tell your nervous system one final thing: you are safe enough to heal.